All industries today rely on a software supply chain. Many of these industries have tools in common, especially well-entrenched packages that are free and open source. So it's not surprising that cybercriminals would be active in weaponizing such widely used tools and then enticing their would-be victims to install their version of weaponized tools. And the way they entice them is by posting on LinkedIn with fake identities of big tech companies that are recruiting tech support. Now, Microsoft offers quite a bit of detail into ZINC, including indicators of compromise. And this repeats past patterns of being as stealthy as possible to never using DNS to make outgoing connections. And the weaponized tools reach out directly to IP addresses. So just need to point out that don't talk to strangers, or DTTS prevents all such connections. Microsoft also confirmed 2 Exchange server exploits, or the 0 days actually, that were being used. And it's been no easy weekend for companies that are running their own mail server by way of Exchange. The only reason it may not be widely attacked yet is that these flaws do require authenticated access in order to execute. And we see here a story that the temptation for executives when crafting a narrative is to shift blame by calling an attack sophisticated when it is anything but. So it reminds us that when disclosure is required, we should be honest as always. Otherwise, we're lying and setting ourselves up for a future distrust scenario. And in hypervisor land, where a computer emulating to be other computers or to allow multiple operating systems to coexist on a computer called hypervising technology, this is truly a sophisticated attack where insidious spying is possible without any system administrator even being aware. So anybody who is running hypervisor infrastructure of any kind, not just VMware, should be applying security mitigation as soon as possible. And appropriately named Chaos is a Swiss army of malware. This has been installed very widely. And if you look at the infection path, the command and control is where we need to put a stop to this. We may not in the short term be able to identify it at every case, but we can prevent it from actually making that initial C2 connection before it gets subsequent stages executed. And did you know that it's easier than ever to get into the black hat gaming world when tools like the USB LAN Turtle are sold as legitimate testing tools? And I've got one right here, and it literally just shows up like a regular Ethernet adapter on the network. So it's very covert. And in most networks, it would go completely undetected and yet give the attacker instant remote access just by one piece of hardware. Stay safe. See you again next week.